So quite an interesting development in the energy sector. Joining us for a discussion on this is the Executive Director of the Institute for Energy Security, Nana Amoisi IV. And I'm grateful for joining us. What is your reading of the situation at hand? All right, so we just, the line just tripped there. Would try and raise Nana on the line to get his perspective of what's happening. We understand that the GMPC representing government has been able to reach a tentative agreement with WAPCo to reopen the pipelines to ensure that gas flows from Abuaze to Tema for power to be produced so that it could be shared for all of us to use. But in the meantime, we understand that there will be some power outages tonight as a result. But Nana Amoisi joins us again on the telephone lines. Now, Nana, I wanted to get your reading of the situation at hand at the moment.
Well, I just send a signal to policymakers, in particular, and to every Ghanaian, that if we keep on doing the things we do without seeking to remedy the situation, then, of course, we are choosing to brace ourselves for very bad times ahead. We all understand what power outages and doing so does to an economy, to individuals. It doesn't only threaten the economy, but the very security of the economy is equally threatened. And so it's a that situation that we have at the moment, but just send the signal across.
But why is it difficult for Ghana to, pay for service providers in the energy sector?
It is so because, for every value chain, costs must be covered. And if it's a private entity and an entity that's seeking to be sustainable, some profit must also be recorded beyond the cost recovery. But currently in our power supply chain, particularly with the distribution segment, where the power has a direct interaction with the consumer to the extent that the consumer is expected to pay, and the distributor at the tail end of the value chain or the supply chain is expected to collect those bills and revenue. If the revenue collected is insufficient to cover all the costs incurred within the chain, then of course there is a deficit. And that very deficit is going to create the situation that we have. It will be impossible for the utilities to do maintenance of the system. It will be impossible for the utilities to also expand. Equally impossible for the service providers to pay the cost of their components and also lenders. In such a situation, of course, then we cannot be assured of that power supply, sustainability, that constant flow of power that we so much desire.
And in just 30 seconds, what needs to be done to avert these, regular happenings in the sector?
Well, we should improve on the efficiency of the power supply system. We should collect the money when it's due. We should take policies and the interference of government out of the system and give the power segment to competent hands. That's the only way that we can assure ourselves of adequate, consistent power supply at every point in time. All
right. Grateful to you. Nana Amoisi IV is the Executive Director for the Institute for Energy Security. Well, moving on.